To love a human is to lose your ocean. Are you sure his heart is worth your soul?
Mermaid's silence was her strongest answer. She was certain.
You are trading your spirit for an illusion, little fish.
She touched her golden shell, the keeper of all her stolen songs and hidden pains. The shell began to glow, humming a melody that sounded like a lullaby from a different life. It is not a punishment, but a protection for your heart. The magic pulled them back in time, to an era when the sea witch had a different name. Once, the ocean was a garden of light, and Sea Witch was its brightest flower. Her name was Seraphina, and her song could heal the wounded soul of the sea. She didn't know of greed or sorrow, she only knew the joy of the tide. Her voice was the treasure of the deep, a gift that even the gods envied. But like Mermaid, Seraphina's curiosity often led her to the world above. She wondered if the humans had songs as beautiful as hers. She was innocent, believing that every heart was as pure as the ocean. But the sea is as unpredictable as fate. A storm was brewing. A royal ship, caught in the anger of the waves, fought a losing battle. Amidst the chaos, a young sailor fell into the cold embrace of the deep. Seraphina didn't hesitate. She dove into the danger to save a life she didn't know. With every ounce of her strength, Seraphina fought the greedy waves to keep the sailor's head above water. She dragged him to the safety of the shore, far from the reach of the storm's anger. He was so still, so fragile. Seraphina's heart beat with a rhythm she had never felt before. She sang a melody of life, a song that promised the sun would rise again. Her voice was the bridge that brought him back from the shadows of death. But the world of humans was a dangerous place for a mermaid. She had to hide. From the safety of the waves, Seraphina watched a weather-beaten young girl take the credit for her miracle.
I must find him. I must find him. I must tell him it was my song.
In those days, Seraphina possessed her own magic, a power fueled by the purity of her desire. To walk on land, she had to give up the very thing that saved him, her voice. The pain was like 1,000 needles, but her love was a shield against the agony. For the first time, she felt the warmth of the sand instead of the coolness of the tide. She reached the market, her heart racing with hope. He was just behind those walls. When she saw him, she tried to scream his name, but only a soft breath escaped her lips. Days passed like a slow, painful tide. She was a ghost in a world of sound. She realized that without her voice, she was invisible to the heart she had saved. Then came the night that shattered her world. The sailor was to marry the girl he believed had saved him.
You are the one who sang to me on the beach. I will love you forever.
In that moment, something inside the gentle Seraphina died, and something dark was born. She chose the ocean over a world that didn't want her truth. Her heartbreak was so heavy, it pulled her down to the deepest, darkest trenches. The ocean responded to her pain, transforming her into the nightmare she felt inside.
If the world only loves what it hears, then I will take every voice until I find the one that lied.
Seraphina was gone. Only the Sea Witch remained, a guardian of broken hearts. The vision ended, leaving a heavy silence in the cave.
Now you see, little princess. Silence is not a gift. It is a prison.
On the surface, the sun shone brightly on a new story, one that Mermaid believed would have a happy ending. Prince found peace in Mermaid's silence, a language of the heart he was beginning to understand. She didn't need words to tell him she loved him. Her eyes said it all. Every moment together was a victory against the Sea Witch's shadow, or so it seemed. Far below, Sea Witch watched. The laughter from the surface echoed like thunder in her silent cave. Jealousy, an old and bitter friend, began to stir in the witch's chest.
How easy it is to smile when you haven't tasted the salt of betrayal, little mermaid.
She couldn't stand to see a love so pure, a love she was certain would eventually break.
I will prove it. I will show her that humans only love the melody, not the soul.
She held Mermaid's voice in her palm, a stolen treasure she was about to use as a weapon. Sea Witch began a transformation of her own, not for love, but for a cruel lesson. The darkness of the Sea Witch melted away, replaced by a beauty that was only skin deep. Vanessa was born, a mirror image of what the prince expected his savior to be. She looked like an angel, but her heart remained as cold as the deep trenches of the sea. With the stolen voice, she had the power to enchant any man, especially a prince who was searching for a song. Vanessa arrived on the shore like a ghost from the prince's past. Prince was still haunted by the memory of the voice that saved him, a ghost he couldn't quite catch. Then he heard it, the song, the melody that had been playing in his dreams since the storm. He didn't see the coldness in her eyes. He only heard the song he had been longing for. The magic in the voice began to cloud his mind, weaving a web of false memories.
It's you. You are the one I've been looking for.
Vanessa had won her first battle without firing a single shot. From the window, Mermaid watched her world crumble in an instant. She tried to scream, to tell him the truth, but her silence was a wall she couldn't break. The palace was filled with joy, but it was a joy built on a lie. The sun was setting on her third day. If the prince didn't kiss her by tomorrow, she would be lost forever. Sea Witch, in the body of Vanessa, felt a dark satisfaction. Soon, Mermaid would be hers.
Love is a song that ends in silence, little mermaid. And your silence begins now.
The grand cathedral stood tall on the cliff, a silent witness to a vow made of shadows. Prince stood at the altar, his mind lost in the fog of a stolen melody. Mermaid watched from the shadows, her heart breaking with every step they took. In her hand lay the only way to break the curse, a choice that demanded a heavy price. One strike to the heart that forgot her, and she would return to the sea forever. Vanessa could feel Mermaid's presence. She waited for the girl to fail, to choose hate over love. The final moments of the sun were fading. The clock of fate was ticking its last beats. Mermaid ran to the edge of the world, where the salt air reminded her of home. She chose mercy. She chose to love Prince even if he never remembered her name. As the metal sank, the purity of her sacrifice shattered the darkness. The golden shell, the prison of stolen voices, could no longer hold its secret. The spell snapped. The prince finally woke up from the long, silent night. Is there no miracle for the little mermaid? At last, the prince remembered the truth. But is it too late to save the little mermaid? The deception is unraveled, and Vanessa can't believe her eyes. The responses may be sudden and powerful, yet they are well-deserved. With one last gift of magic, the sea granted Mermaid the life she had dreamed of. Two souls, once lost in silence, finally found their harmony in each other's arms. She walked toward Vanessa with the heart of the girl Serafina once was.
I forgive you.
The cold ice around Sea Witch's heart began to melt under the warmth of Mermaid's kindness. The witch returned to the deep, not as an enemy, but as a soul finally at peace.
Thank you, little fish. Be happy for both of us.
In the end, the mermaid had found a love stronger than any tide. Deep below, the Garden of Shadows was reborn into a garden of light and memories. A new day began, and the story of the Sea Witch was told not with fear, but with hope. Mermaid lived her life on land, but she never forgot the song of the ocean that brought her home. For true love is the only melody that never fades away, and they lived happily ever after.